There is only one time the milk should ever go before the cereal, and that's when you're refilling the bowl.
You ever wonder how they eat in Pokemon? I don't know, with their hands? No, I mean what kinds of food they eat. In our world, it's a lot more straightforward. We got plants for veggies, animals for food, and cereal before milk. But in the Pokemon world, it's not so clear. Like, where does all this meat come from? Spoiler alert, they eat Pokemon. This has actually been confirmed multiple times in the Pokemon anime and even by the Pokédex. But let's say you're the owner of a 5-star restaurant. What kind of gourmet cuisine are you going to prepare for your customers? Because you don't get 5 stars off of just berries, I'll tell you that much. So today, I'm going to be counting down the top 10 Pokemon I'd eat if I lived in the Pokemon world. Which would be amazing, by the way. Number 10, Basculin. I love seafood. Tuna, catfish, tilapia, red snapper, pretty much anything that lives under the sea. I chose Basculin over the many other fish Pokemon because not only does the Pokédex go on and on about how remarkably tasty Basculin is and Jesse, it's common cuisine, but Basculin has 2 forms, each with a unique flavor. The Dex entry for Red Stripe Basculin states that this form is more on the fatty side and popular among youth. This makes sense as this Basculin form looks more plump than its blue striped counterpart and would make for a more hearty meal. However, if you're looking for a leaner, healthier option, we also have Blue Stripe Basculin, which is lighter and less in fat. If the Pokédex itself takes the time to mention not only how delicious each form tastes, but also how each form tastes, I think that says a lot about how popular Basculin is. At the dinner table, of course. Not in battle. On the dinner table. Number 9, Double. You know what's useless about Double? It has these massive sharp horns that look like they could seriously hurt anything that messes with it. Oh wait, it doesn't use them in battle. You know what Double is useful for though? Lamb chops and kebab skewer. Mediterranean food is amazing, let me tell you. And the best part is, to get some, you only need to go to Route 1 and start chucking balls. Number 8, Snoverberries. Before we go any further, notice I said Snoverberries and not Snover. I am not going to eat Snover. That would be like taking a bite out of a tree. That would not be pleasant. For those of you who don't know, in the anime, Snover is shown giving other Pokemon some of its berries, which it has grown on its belly where the zigzag pattern is. Also, fun fact, the zigzag pattern is brown if it's a male and white if it's a female. These frozen berries look delicious, and the Pokédex even mentions that they have the texture of frozen treats and are like ice pops. In fact, Snover berries are so tasty that Abomasnow have to constantly chase Galarian Darumaka away to keep them from harassing Snover for its berries. I've always loved the idea of frozen berries, and I'm sure they would taste amazing by themselves, and probably make a great smoothie or slushy too. The only real downside is that these berries only grow in the spring, but that just makes them all the more special. Number 7, Alcremie. If I want to treat myself to a non-natural sugary dessert, I'd look no further than Alcremie. This Pokemon has so many forms. And get this, each form is a different flavor. At first, it looks like it has 9 different forms, which is already great so I don't get sick of it. But then you realize the sweet it holds when it evolves determines the sweet it contains as an Alcremie. This makes it so Alcremie actually has the most forms of any Pokemon, with 64 flavors to choose from. Vanilla, caramel, lemon, you name it. This is the Dex entry of just the first one. When it trusts a trainer, it will treat them to berries that's decorated with cream. But we're not here for berries, we got Snover for that. What we are here for is its Gigantamax form, which is a freaking wedding cake, although it probably would have to be heavily diluted, seeing as though each droplet is 100,000 kilocalories, with the average human consumption in a day being 2,000 regular calories. But that's just a Gigantamax form. With the regular form, I'd be more than down to polish each and every one of Alcremie's yummy flavors. I'd also be more than down to sample that big ol' wedding cake, once it's safe for human consumption. Number 6, Togepi. I eat eggs a lot. If I'm eating breakfast, there's a solid chance I'm whipping up some eggs one way or another. Scrambled, sunny side up, and I'm just kidding, number 6 is Execute. I wasn't kidding when I said I love eggs though. The list goes on with poached, hard-boiled, fried, eggs Benedict, and of course, the king of all eggs, the omelet. Before we go any further though, for those of you who think that Execute are seeds and not eggs, let me just say that Dexter himself is inconsistent and has said both. So this requires a thorough investigation. You see that cracked execute in the corner? Let me ask you something. Does that look like a seed to you? No, it looks like something that I would beat into a pan with cheese, onions, tomatoes, and cilantro at 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Number 5, combustion. Let me start by saying that fried chicken is one of the most beautiful things humanity has ever come up with. And combustion looks like it would fry itself. But just in case that fire typing doesn't help out in the cooking process, you can rest assured that I dunk it in boiling oil until fried to perfection. Granted, of course, that it's already prepared. I really don't need to say much else, but as if fried chicken isn't enough, you could still make barbecue grilled chicken, wings, stuffed chicken, and if the restaurant you're at has a kids menu, combustion chicken nuggets. Number 4, Malamar. All I see when I look at Malamar is darkness. But if we look past its hypnotizing powers, we see a delicious plate of fried calamari. Some people would probably be worried about eating this thing and contracting some kind of hypnotizing disease. Personally, I would not feel guilty at all about taking this evil mind-controlling squid, chucking it into a grease trap, then serving it up with a healthy side of tartar sauce. Number 3, crawdont. Crab, lobster, crawfish. If you like one, you probably like them all, and you probably like crawdont. All 3 of these are considered to be among the most elite of seafood, and with premium seafood comes premium pricing. Yeah, these things ain't cheap, but the amount of meat you get out of a crawdont is ridiculous. This family-sized crawfish clocks in at a massive 72.3 pounds, which is more than enough to make you and your entire group of family and friends fill to the brim. Seriously, just serve this thing at the wedding next to Al Creamy. Number 2, bouffalante. I love beef. Cow beef is especially high on my list of favorite meats, but buffalo meat is a whole nother story. Meat from a bison is heavier than meat from a cow, but it is so good. The flavor is so much richer, it's amazing. If you've ever had a bison burger or steak, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And bouffalante looks like a delicious specimen. Given that you shave it off before preparing it, because I'm not trying to choke on a hairball every other bite. Number 1, Miltank. Miltank easily wins this competition. As I mentioned in the last entry, I love beef. Burgers, steak, oxtail, gyros, shawarma, you name it, it's going in my belly. Not only is Miltank an excellent source of beef, but always being female also means that it always produces fresh milk. Don't believe me? Let's look at the Pokédex. Miltank gives over 5 gallons of milk on a daily basis. Its sweet milk is enjoyed by children and grown-ups alike. And not only is it sweet and fresh, all 5 gallons are packed with nutrition, making it the ultimate beverage for the sick or weary. Drink your milk, kids. And for those who cannot tolerate the rumbling force of lactose, people who can't drink milk turn it into yogurt and eat it instead. Beef is much more commonly consumed than bison or venison, so Miltank would be more practical to eat on a regular basis. Besides, its moo milk could be used in countless recipes, smoothies, post-workout protein shakes, and even in making cheese and yogurt. All in all, Miltank is definitely the most versatile Pokemon I'd eat, and I would gladly chow down on this cow as well as the other 9 delicious specimens on this list. So that's my list for the top 10 Pokemon I'd eat. What are some Pokemon you would eat? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, click the video on the screen here and make sure to subscribe so that you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and as always, only pour the cereal after the milk if you're refilling the bowl. Peace!